Hey guys, Michelle Massio here. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking out my video. I want to make a quick video. Today's Thursday the 28th. I want to make a quick video on what happened to me yesterday on a trade that you would be interested in hearing about for GameStop. I know you've probably seen GameStop. GME is the ticker all over social media and things like that. This is just one of the things that 100% points to the freaking crookedness on Wall Street. Let me show you, okay? I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now, and I'm going to pull up iCustody through a couple of different places. Interactive Brokers is one, and E-Trade is the other. So they're all fucking crooked, all of them, though. And this is, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let's pull up GameStop, right? So yesterday, let's just pull up a quick chart. This is a 52-week chart of GameStop. Let's see. Okay, 52-week chart. Come on, let's go. Okay, flat, 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 flat. Boom, pops way up. It goes from, holy cow, like, I don't know, $50 a share to almost $500 a share in days, right? So let me go to a couple of days, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. You have to, the deck is rigged. The deck is stacked. So you need to be knowledgeable about these things, and you need to educate yourself, and you need to know what's going on. Then you need to like push back when you need to push back, right? So this is GameStop yesterday. I was in Vegas yesterday. I drove back yesterday evening, and now I'm back in LA. But I don't. That's not really relevant. Here's my point. GameStop yesterday was as low as 249 and as high as 380. I put a trade in. I tried to trade it through E-Trade and I couldn't. I tried to short it is basically what I did, right? So I couldn't short it through E-Trade. So this is, I'm going to give you a bunch of information in this video. So pay attention. Number one, sometimes when you want to make a trade, you can't actually make the trade because the custodian won't take your action, right? I'm telling you, this is why, one of the reasons why the game is rigged, right? So I tried to put a trade in on E-Trade. I tried to short 100 shares, and they said I couldn't do it because they couldn't borrow the shares. See, when you short a stock, right? Let's say GameStop. Am I saying that right? GameStop. GameStop was at like 300 yesterday, right? So it was like right around here, and I tried to short it. So you can short it and make money as the price falls, but not own the shares. And basically, what's happening is the custodian's borrowing the shares and selling them, and then I buy them back to recognize the profit. When I want to do that. So E-Trade couldn't do it. I put an order in on Interactive Brokers to short it at the market, right? It's a fucking market order. Market order is supposed to like trigger like that. It did halt during the day. The stock halted trading, which means that the exchange shuts it off. No trades can go in or out. But the stock was not halted at the time that I put a market order in. So I put a market order in to sell 100 shares. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, I never saw the fill. So like when you put a trade in, right? Like this is Interactive Brokers as an example. Sell 100 at the market, blah blah blah. I'm not going to hit submit because I'm not looking to sell it right now, but you should see it right here in your order section, right? And this is the same for any custodian. So you're going to see it come up. So Interactive Brokers, it goes gray after it gets filled, is white when it's working, when it's not yet filled. So I put the order in, and then it was white like for a goddamn hour, right? Afterward. And I'm like, okay, did I get filled? Did I not get filled? I tried calling Interactive Brokers, fucking on hold for an hour. Nobody was picking up the phone. Nobody was picking up the phone. Nobody was picking up the phone. So I just assumed, you know what? I did get filled. And then I saw the fill in my positions. So here's your positions right here. Like here's my positions right now as an example. Then I saw the fill, like short 100 shares in my position section, like maybe an hour later, right? Then I put an order in to buy back. So I sold it at $2.99, right? So $299 per share. That means as it goes down, I make money, right? So let's say it goes down $1, I make $100 because I sold 100 shares, right? I put an order in to buy it back at, let's see, what was it at? I screenshotted it. I put an order in to buy it back at 255, right? So I sold 100 shares at 299. 299 minus 255. I had 100 shares. So the profit would have been $4,400, right? So what happened? Here's what happened, guys. And this is why the freaking market is crooked as fuck. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to show you GameStop here. I'm going to show you, let's see. Maybe I'm going to show, I want to show yesterday. So I'm just going to show yesterday, and then I'm just going to, let's see if I could do this. Well, this is today. All right, you know what? I don't know exactly how to show yesterday, honestly. Daily. It doesn't matter. I'm going to show you from a month. So this is yesterday's bar right here. So it opened here, like right around, I don't know, 355. It got as high as 380, as low as 249. Here's what happens when you have I had a stop order in. I sold it at, pay attention, I sold it at 299. I had a stop order to buy back at 255, right? That means once it hits 255, it becomes a market order and then it fills at the market, right? So once it hits 255, I'm supposed to be triggered and buy it back. So all day yesterday, then it went as low as 249, right? So it traded through my 255. I should have bought back at the market, and then it bounced back up and it closed at 347. So yesterday, I see it trade through my thing, right? I try calling. I'm like, well, I didn't see the fill online, and I'm like, what the fuck? Then it started bouncing back. And instead of being up 4,400 in profit, I was down like 3,000 bucks. And I'm like, well, how could this be? So I called Interactive Brokers. Again, I was on hold for like an hour and a half. Then I dialed a different number. I went through, and here's what the guy told me. You know what? I put it in my notes. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a quick second, and let me just refresh my memory. He said the market was over 100% capacity. That's what he told me. The market was over 100% capacity. Nothing gets filled. It was SEC restricted. So to that, I said, how can that be? I had an order in. The position was not halted, right? So I don't think anything. Let's see, nothing's halted now. But let's say something goes up or down too much, right? There's circuit breakers in place to halt trading. So that happens from time to time. That happened yesterday in GameStop, but it didn't happen at the time that I had an order in. So it will say halt here, and it'll have like an orange kind of bar. Depends on who you're trading through, but you'll know when it's halted, right? So it did not show that it was halted. So I said to him, right, the Interactive Brokerage guy, I'm like, the trading wasn't halted. I'm not a fucking mind reader. I had an order in to buy back at 255. Once it hits the market, once it hits that price, it should fill at the market. It never filled, right? He's like, I don't know what to tell you. I put a ticket in. Then what happened is I put an order in to I put a buyback again. So he said it never filled, right? So I tried to put the order back on the board. Buy on a stop. So if you're buying on a stop, you're going to cover your position at 255. Again, that means once it dips down to 255, it fills at a market order. So once I put that order in, what happens? It filled at the market. It bought it at the market, and it was like, I don't know, it was like $330 where it got filled. So instead of making 4,400, I actually lost like 3,500 or something like that. So, it was like an $8,000 difference. So I put this ticket in because I'm not going to get screwed like that. That is it. This is, and I have experience in, and here's why I'm doing this video. I have experience in investing, right? So I started investing for myself in 1997, a long, long time ago. I was doing professionally for investors between 2007 up until recently. I'm not managing money for investors anymore. I'm teaching people things like this, and I'm doing it from my own account, right? But my point is, a lot of regular investors, they might not even see such a thing, or be like, what the fuck, or push back, or say something. I'll tell you what, like, I will get my money at some point, because that's like totally illegal. And I know that you guys have seen probably on social media, like all about AMC, all about GameStop. This is one way where I'm telling you, the deck is rigged. I don't know another way to say it. So what I'm telling you is, do not work with a financial fucking advisor. All they are slimy salesmen that basically, don't know shit about trading anyway. And they just try to accumulate assets and make like 1% off your money. And they don't even know what the fuck it's invested in. I guarantee you. And I also guarantee you, I promise you, no one will ever, ever, ever in a million years treat your money better than you do. And if you just take a little bit of time to understand some of these concepts, you can empower yourself with the ability to not get fucked over basically by Wall Street. This is one way where Wall Street is really, really, really fucking shady. Like, number one, if I have a stop order in, and you can't, it's physically impossible for the price to trade through my stop order and me not get filled. It's like a physical impossibility. It's like against the rules of the fucking game, right? It's a physical impossibility, number one. And then number two, I put a stop order in, and instead of being a working order and waiting till it fell through, it filled, instead of on a stop, it filled at the market. Like, it's so fucking jacked, it's not even funny. And then when I finally did get through to Interactive Brokers, he said there was like 997 calls in queue or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, motherfucker, then you need to hire some more people. How can you have 1,000 calls in a queue, right? So people can't even get through to talk to somebody. So here you are putting a trade in, you don't even know if it's filled, it's not filled, if it's working, if it's not working. It's bullshit. Bullshit, I'm telling you. So anyway, this is my video about GameStop, and this happens each and every single day. There's lots and lots and lots of ways that I can show you why the freaking stock market and the market in general is shady as fuck. And this is just one of the ways. I'm sorry I keep saying the F word, but whatever. I think everybody's an adult. And if you don't like my videos, don't listen to them. But if you do like my videos, and if you think that this information is important to you, subscribe to my channel here. I think this is cool information. Anyway, this is GameStop. So you can't even I'm not trading game. I mean, this whole thing is bullshit. I mean, here's my account today up 2.3%, which is good. But I'm telling you, I'm keeping an eye on things. And I put this ticket in yesterday to get my money back. They will give me my fucking money back. I've had similar things happen to this before. It's just not legal. It's just not legal. I think when there was that oil kind of thing, I don't know, 6 months ago, a year ago, something, oil went down and a bunch of people got filled. I think it was like a multi-billion-dollar, I don't want to say lawsuit, but it was like expense to Interactive Brokers for covering trades that didn't go through that should have went through. So anyway, the moral of the story is, number one, take care of your own money. Don't be hiring somebody else at 1% to run your money. You can learn these things and you can do it yourself, number one. Number two, learn the rules of the game so you don't get fucked over by Big Brother, by Wall Street, because I'm telling you, they will run you over like a steamroller, and you won't make what you're supposed to be making. And number three, if you do this, you can and will make a lot of money. Trade options. I just shorted it because I knew that fucker was going to come down. I mean, it was like a parabolic kind of increase. Like, it had to come down. I mean, there's a physical impossibility for it not to come down, right? But the money is in options. A lot of people don't trade options. I have lots of other videos on options. I'm going to do a course coming up starting February 4th. If you're interested in the course that I'm going to run, put a note here. Maybe I'll put a link to the page of the course. I don't have it. I don't have the sales page up yet. I'm doing it now. But it's going to be a 5-day course where I teach people how to, what are stock options, how do you make money, and how do you prevent things like this, like what happened yesterday with GameStop. Anyway, hope this information helps. Thank you for checking out my video, and happy trading. And I want all the little guys to make tons and tons and tons of money and fuck Wall Street. So anyway, cheers, and hope you like my video.